Okay, everyone, welcome. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We're going to get live in about 2 minutes. We'll see you here in 2 minutes' time. Make sure you invite all your team. These team training calls are really important for growth of our company and your team to be able to help us to be able to spread this awesome good news out to the world. Make sure you invite your people. All right, last minute call. We'll be going live in 2 minutes. Let us know where you're tuning in from around the world. G'day, we've got Amy, we've got Jade, we've got John, Judy, Kerry, Kevin, Owen. Welcome. Good morning. Judy from Perth, good morning. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's morning time here in Japan. G'day, Kerry. Hey, Susie, 6 a.m. in Perth. It's 7 a.m. here in Tokyo. We've got Kylie from Cairns. Welcome. All right, one more minute. We'll go live in 1 more minute. All right, let's get this party started. 1 more minute and we'll go live. Make sure you send out your last minute invites to your team. Leverage these team training calls to be able to help your team growth. That's what they're all for. All right, and today we're going to talk about three-way edification calls. All right, 1 more minute and we'll go live. G'day, Annette. How are you today? Jaya, how you going, mate? Good to see you here. Robert, we've got Steve. We've got Trading Pro. Yes. All of the videos will be uploaded to the back office very shortly. Josh and the team are working very hard on that. They've just had some things that they've had to organise with getting some of our products live and all that sort of things. It took a little bit of a higher priority. But yes, everything will be going live in the back office very shortly. The team are very aware of it, that you need the replays, and they will become available. All right, let's get this party started. Okay, guys, this is more of a team training call. This is not necessarily a overview or a Q&A session. This is about helping you to be empowered and equipped to give you the training and the tools that you need to be able to get in the field. Totally understand that we're all seeking clarity and a bit of a Q&A session and whatnot. I probably will host an open Q&A session another time. But just to quickly answer your question, Jaya, no, it's not launched yet with the Pro Wellness Club. I can't believe it. I've got the notes off the top of my head. But everything's going to be rolling out over the next couple of weeks, and heading into our conference for July 18th. So there is a rollout plan. Team's got it all covered. Just stay put and stay touch. And, in the meantime, it's about really just getting people in for free and seeing the vision and stacking up your team. So come July 4th, things get turned on and away we go. Anyhow, g'day legends. My name's Jeff Ross. I'm also known as the Caffeinated Kangaroo, calling in from Tokyo, Japan today, and I'm fired up for this one. Tonight's class, or wherever you are in the world, it's 6 p.m. in New York time. It's 7 a.m. here in Japan. Tonight's class is going to be short, sharp, and to the point, and it's going to be really powerful. We're unpacking something that I wished I'd learnt at the start of my journey. It's called the power of edification and three-way calls. See, when I first started, I thought I had to know everything and anything about the products that we're representing. Drop a 1 in the comments if that's you. And I know that sometimes knowledge is power, but here's the thing, right? Only applied knowledge is power. And I've come to see my own journey, and I've seen others who have started this career and got in where ignorance on fire is always better than knowledge on ice. And I wish I'd known this when I'd first started and was able to really lock arms and leverage the system. See, the system is there for a reason. When we rely on people, people fail, people fall over, people get sick, people go on vacation, people go and do things, right? But when we rely on systems, where systems save us time, energy, and money, and you build a business from a base of a system, and you work the system so your team duplicates the system, this is where the magic lies in this industry. It's called leverage for a reason. And these three-way calls are one of the most powerful leverage tool system that you'll ever use in this space. Even myself, like I'm the corporate trainer here for Finance Pro, and I'm pretty good at sales. I've been doing this for 25 years. I've been a student of sales and I still am, learning everything and anything in between it. And so, like, I could probably sell ice to an Eskimo if I really, really wanted to. But I know the power of a three-way call is what it does is it builds transferred trust, transferred credibility. See, I don't need to know everything and anything about everything. All I need to know is enough to create curiosity, to help create clarity, and enough to invite people to those who do know what we're talking about. So this is the power of the three-way way. When you're just getting started, all you need to learn is to become a professional inviter. That's the number one fundamental skill that you need to learn. And even professionals still invite people into three-way calls. Why? Because it's the buying psychology behind it. Your person that you're introducing to the system, into the company, into the opportunity, right? They're looking for how easy this is. They're looking for simplicity. And if they're seeing you having to rattle off all of this product knowledge and information and everything else in between, they're automatically thinking in their subconscious mind, I can't do this. It's too hard. I'm freaking out. Remember, our subconscious mind is designed to keep us safe in an environment that will look after us. That's the comfort zone, right? It's called a comfort zone for a reason because it's comfortable. Outside of the comfort zone, we're looking for extra layers of safety. And when you introduce people to a three-way, to a sponsor call, then people are going to say, oh, I could do that. All Jeff or Jaya or Joe had to do was invite me into the conversation, and the third party person, they took over and they were able to basically do all of the product knowledge and information. So yes, you need to know the product knowledge so you can be that upline sponsor that supports your team. But when you're getting started, lean in and leverage the system. Hey, drop one word in the chat for me right now. What comes to mind when you hear three-way call or chat? Go on. What's the first thing that comes to mind? I'd love to know. Because honestly, some of you are like, probably this is awkward, or it's weird, or it's cringe. Yeah, Jay, thank you. All right, well, I'm going to unpack and help to empower why you want to be leveraging the three-way call and turn it from cringe to thankful to hopeful to go into this exactly why this session is for you. I'm talking to the Jaya right now. I'm talking to the Jeff Ross. It was 15 to 10 years ago right now because I used to hate the idea of a three-way call as well. I thought I needed to go do everything and anything in between. Well, here, let's dive into the psychology of trust. And let's get one thing straight. People don't buy products. You'll hear me harp on about this because this is the thing that used to get me hung up all the time and trip over my own feet. Because I thought I had to sell the products. When I shifted the understanding and understanding that I'm not selling products, I am helping to promote trust. See, that's what people buy. They buy trust. They buy certainty. And the edification and how you do it transfers the belief in seconds. So think of edification like this. It's not fluff. It's not hype. It is leadership in action. And when you position yourself as someone else who's a trusted voice, so your prospect doesn't have to second guess the value of what you're offering, I'm going to repeat that. When you position yourself as someone as a trusted voice, so your prospect doesn't have to second guess the value of what you're offering, here's what happens. This is the brain science. This is scientifically proven, folks. People make decisions on emotion and then they justify with logic. See, they trust third-party validation more than self-promotion. Think about it. You go to a local GP doctor, right? And he says you got a problem with your shoulder. Now, he doesn't say he's not the one that's going to fix your shoulder. What does he do? He refers you to a third party. And it's the specialist that is focused on the shoulder will be able to help you to fix your shoulder, not the GP. See, when we do this, mirror neurons, they fire off when people feel understood and supported. See, the mirror neurons are the hormones, are the chemicals that go through our body that help us to elevate our trust levels and create that connection. Yeah. So when you introduce someone with posture and presence, the third party that you're introducing, they feel it. Early in my journey, I tried to be the expert, as I've said. I would word vomit all over everyone. I would over explain all over everyone. And all that I found out doing was I was pushing people away. Put one in the comments if you can relate to that part of the story. The moment I stopped doing this, the moment I stopped talking as much, what is that saying? The less you say, the more you get paid. The moment I really applied that piece of knowledge and started bringing people to my mentors with a simple introduction, boom, this was the breakthrough for me. This is where belief was transferred, duplication kicked in, and team momentum exploded. See, I can go and bring in 100 people to Finance Pro by myself, but it's much easier to go bring in 10 people and then help them to bring in 10, and there's 100, and then we do it together. We bring in another 10. There you go. There's 1,000. Can you bring in 1,000 people by yourself? You'd have to be one of the 0.0001% experts in this field to go do that. This is why I love the network marketing industry. Because when we follow the basic fundamentals and we leverage the system, duplication kicks in and momentum will explode. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So this is one of those core fundamental skills that we need to all be going from amateurs to pros. The only difference between an amateur and a pro is 10,000 hours of practice, or even 100 hours. See, the only difference between you and getting started is you're already down the pathway. You've already started. Your people haven't, right? So this is about getting in and getting those 10,000 hours under your belt as fast as possible so you can go from amateur to pro. Now, it might take you 12 months to figure that out. It might take you 2 years to figure that out. The more conversations you have, the faster you will adopt these skills. So my encouragement is to you, go and have 500 conversations this month. Go talk to everybody and anybody. I showed you the other day how you can become a professional prospector and a professional inviter using our 5-step pro recruitment system. If you go and talk to just 2 people a day, that's what? That's 60 people a month. Okay, let's say we're going to go talk to 5 people a day. That's 150 people a month, right? See, just a numbers game. It's the law of averages. So how do you edify like a pro? Well, let you give me my framework that I know has worked for me and thousands of others. So let's talk tactics. Here's our 3 Ps edification formula. I want you to write this down. Number 1, praise. Say something genuine about the person that you're introducing. Example, hey, this is someone that I deeply respect, or hey, this person's been instrumental in helping people win here in Finance Pro. So you're setting the conversation up. You're praising the person that you're edifying. Hey, this is Jaya, and this is someone I deeply respect. See straight away that connection there? I'm saying to the third party, I'm introducing Jaya to Sarah and say, hey, Sarah, this is Jaya. This is someone I deeply respect. Or, hey, Sarah, this is Jaya. He's been instrumental in helping people win here in this space. And sorry, Jaya, I know I'm picking on your name here for a second because I know you've been one of my course students for the last couple of years. And I appreciate you for showing up, mate. But this is you just XYZ name, right? It could be Jaya. It could be, hey, this is Kylie. Hey, this is Kerry. Hey, this is Haley. This is someone I deeply respect. See that it's instant transfer of credibility, transfer of trust. See, this is where the magic really lies. The second P in this 3 Ps is positioning. You want to make it very, very clear in like 3 or 4 words or less, why this person matters. It could be their role, it could be their track record, it could be their unique value, right? This is the power of positioning. Hey, this is Jeff. Hey, this is Joshua Phelps. I'm introducing you today. This is someone I deeply respect. He is the CEO of Finance Pro. Hey, this is Hayley, who is someone I deeply respect. She's one of the top leaders in Australia for Finance Pro. Hey, this is Sarah, who I deeply respect. She's my beautiful wife. You see where I'm going here with this? Go from praise to positioning. And the third P now is the pass. Praise, position, pass. This is where you're passing the baton. You're passing the mic. See, this is where you actually bring some humility into the conversation. Not ego, humility. This is where you pass the baton with posture, with confidence. Not like, hey, can you explain it better for me? No. You want to go like this. I knew that you two needed to connect. Hey, Jaya, I would like to introduce you to Joshua Phelps. This is someone I deeply respect. He's the CEO of Finance Pro, and I just knew that you two had to connect. I want you to listen to the difference. So that was how to do it right. This is a different way of doing it, and maybe not the right way to do it. Hey, Jaya, mate, I really want you to introduce you to our CEO, Joshua Phelps. He's someone I do deeply respect. But hey, Josh, can you explain to Jaya? You could probably explain this better than me. See, that's an over exaggeration, right? When you can lead with posture and confidence and passion behind what you do, like you're excited that you're bringing these two parties together. You're the person responsible for bringing these two parties together. See, that's easy. I didn't talk anything about Finance Pro. I don't talk anything about wellness. I don't talk anything about wireless or streaming or anything in that conversation. I've let the tools do the work for me, right? Don't be a tool. Use the tools. Really, like what less you say, the more you get paid, and all you do is answer questions. And if you don't have the answers to the questions, introduce them via edification into a 3-way group chat. Hey, can I get a 1 in the comments if this is starting to land for you? If light bulbs are starting to go off, thank you, Kerry. I appreciate you. Jaya, do you think you could do this? Now, I'm picking on you for a second, mate, because you just said the key word around 3-way calls was cringe. And, mate, I really, really appreciate your honesty and openness here. But do you think you could go from cringe to excited by using the 3 Ps? I hope so. I really, really do. I hope all of you can go from cringe to excited using 3-way edification process and chats from here on today using the 3 Ps. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you, man. So here's an example script, word for word, on something you could use. Hey, Laura, I want to introduce you to someone who's been a game changer in this journey. You can swap out game changer. Use your language. Use your words. You're natural to. In this journey. This is Sarah. She's not only one of the top leaders in our community, but she's also helped dozens of people get first income results. Hey, what I love most about Sarah is how down to earth she is. Sarah, meet Laura. Sarah's sharp, she's open-minded, and she's just looking how this might fit into her life for her. And I thought that you two would hit it off and you would connect really well. See what I've done there? I've done praise for both people. I've done positioning for both people. Peace, man. And then I've done the pass for both people. See, when you're the professional inviter, when you're the professional introducer into a 3-way conversation, that's all you need to do. Then the next thing you do is you shut up. I had to really work really hard on this one. Your job is done at this point. If you're the person doing the edification and the introduction, your job is done when you handed the mic over. And you only come back into the conversation if the person that is sponsored, that you've introduced, is in there to be able to bring in the question. They ask you a question, or it's there to support the conversation. Any questions that person asks from here on out needs to be the person that you introduce. because otherwise you de-edify the whole process. All right. So you can do this in 45 seconds. There's no hype, there's no pressure, it's just connection. So you're not selling, you're inviting, you're introducing, you're connecting people to the right people to be able to go do this. Even if you know all the information. See, it's the power of positioning. See, the person that you've introduced to come in and support the conversation, and the new person that's joining your team, they look at this whole process and this system and go, oh, that is easy. I can invite, I can introduce, I can connect. Now, this is where team duplication and explosion happen. This is leverage in its best, purest form. Remember, you're not the expert, you're the bridge. We're all selling one form of thing. It's transformation, it's connection, right? We're taking people from Sucksville to Awesome Town. The way that we do that is for every conversation, we create a bridge to the transformation. We don't save or rescue anybody. We empower and equip them to help themselves. See, that was the big shift for me. And it's another thing you'll hear me harp on about, is because when I was trying to sell everybody, I was trying to save everybody. When I just stepped back and I became a positioner of leadership and a guide and of influence by learning to build trust, by learning to build connection and introductions, this is where the penny dropped. This is where the real traction started to happen. And instead of just spinning my wheels with all the work I was doing, I actually started to get traction and we started to move forward. I'm getting goosebumps right now because I know that this is what you all need right now, because this is the thing that I needed to get traction. You know, my personal mission, right, is to take people from frustrated to being a frustrated affiliate network marketer to a professional network marketer, a legend network marketer. It's these type of conversations, it's these type of trainings that I put everything into it, my heart and soul and my whole being into it, because I know this is the magic where the magic really happens. I can give you the knowledge, but you need to do the work. Applied knowledge is where the power's at. Hey, let's break this down on how to use three-way chat calls from here on out. And let's break it down practically for you. See, I love to use group messages versus calls. Why? Because everybody's busy and a messenger is just really convenient. They're super casual, but they're great for quick trust transfer. So yes, they're casual. We're meeting people where they're at, but you're a professional, right? You're not casual about how you do the introduction. You're meeting people where they're at. Everybody's got a phone in their pocket these days. And the reason we want to use three-way mess chat is because it meets people where they're at. It's convenient for them. And it's the quickest trust transfer that you'll ever see in today's world. It's great for edifying teams, mentors, communities, product stories, whatever it is, right? So three-way group conversations, especially on Facebook or WhatsApp, they're my two most powerful tools that I personally use. And that would be the primary way that I would do a three-way introduction. Another three-way introduction is Zoom calls. Set up a time. Sometimes you work, especially working with the older generation, they love to make sure everything's scheduled and they're on calls, especially if you're working with a busy person, like a high CEO type person. You're going to meet people where they're at, right? Me personally, you can't get onto a call without me unless it is scheduled. You can get me into a three-way chat and I'll message you back and forth in the pockets of my time. And then if we need to set up a Zoom call, then it's a scheduled Zoom call. See, I know some people like to be flexible and they like to be available when people are available. It doesn't work in today's world. We're all distracted. We're all busy. We've all got, if you give people reason to put excuses in, the simplistic thing of our subconscious mind is to put an excuse in. See, we're hardwired to live below the line. Below the line is excuse, blame, and denial. That's our subconscious mind because that puts the onus on other people, not us. That helps us to keep us safe where it actually doesn't. It's contradictory, but that's what our subconscious mind is thinking. See, to live life above the line, to live life in ownership, accountability, and responsibility above the line, that takes conscious thought. Not subconscious, conscious thought. So it's a little bit more extra brain power that's required to go, hang on, actually, this is the safer path to move forward in that space. Three-way Zoom calls are very powerful if you need that second layer. They're best for deeper questions and for serious prospects. You know, the C-type personality and disc profiling. If you're not sure what I'm talking about there, we'll do another training on that another day. It's either C or it's a green type personality. Americans love to use colors. Some people use DIS or C. We'll do another whole training on that another day. But for deeper questions, right, for serious prospects, for those who want their I's dotted, the T's crossed, they need the information, they want to build rapport with you, Zoom calls are powerful for this. You know, this is normally someone's nearly ready to say yes. You know, they've done all of their own due diligence. They're just looking for that transfer of trust. Right, so if you've got everybody like 95% there, but you need that extra 5%, get them onto a Zoom call so you can look them on the whites of their eyes or get them to a coffee club or wherever it is and do the face-to-face conversation. And another way you can do this, and I don't normally do this until I normally bring people in now, but is group threads. Like, this is like last call, but it's another way you can do it, especially if you've got a group of people that are on the same page supporting people. And group threads are a really powerful way because what it does is it creates urgency, it creates community, and it creates social proof. Right. So if you've got, I probably only ever do this in the case of, you know, like in a ATM Facebook group. That is a type of group thread. That's why it works so powerfully. Right, so people have come along, they've seen the opportunity call, they've had a three-way conversation, but they're still sitting on the fence, not ready to take action. The next thing that I would do is introduce them to a group thread type conversation, normally like a Facebook group, like the ATM groups. Add tag message. That's another strategy we did the other day. If you're hearing that for the first time, we can go deeper on that another day. But what it does is it creates a community, it creates urgency, and it creates social proof. You know, these are beautiful for using for launches. They're great for, you know, testimonies to create that transferred mentioned marketing type thing. And they're also great for mini trainings. Like right now, you're in a group thread conversation that would have invited you to this training today. So here's another word for word script for you to introduce someone into a three-way conversation. I've shown you how to do an edification. Now let's do it for a three-way. So, hey, Mike, I'd love to introduce you to someone who's helped me massively in this journey. You know, she's the real deal, but she's the real deal and might be able to help you answer all your questions way better than I can. Hey, cool if I introduce you to this call, to this chat. But here's some do's and don'ts in this whole process. So pre-frame your upline, but don't use jargon like that. Use their name, make it personal. So do pre-frame. You know, hey Sarah, I'm going to connect you with Mike. He's a dad of two, frustrated, 9 and 5, curious what he's doing. So that's the other thing. Sorry, I mentioned is when I set up a three-way call, I'll go and do the three-way call setup or the chat. Sorry, the messenger chat, and then straight away, as soon as I've done that, I will reach out to my upline, my sponsor, and I will let them know this is the person that I've introduced them. So they've got a framework, a pre-frame of the conversation they're going into. They're prepared, right? Don't just say, hey, this is my upline and explain it to them. See, that will kill your posture every single time. So you want to use the three P's, you know, introduction for the edification. Reach out to your sponsor, give them some context. Context is king, right? I'm connecting you with Mike. He's a dad of two. He's frustrated in his 9 to 5, but he's curious about what we're doing. See, now Mike's going to go back into that conversation with Sarah, and he's going to say something along the lines of, hey, Sarah, it's great to meet you. I look forward to connecting with you. Hey, Jeff told me that you're a dad of 2. Hey, I'm actually a dad of 3, And we're here to be able to help serve people like yourself get stuck out of their 9 to 5 and create some freedom for their lives. Hey, I'm curious, with everything that you've seen so far, what do you like best? See, now Mike has come into the conversation. Jeff set him up and has now been talking to Sarah, and Sarah's feeling like she's feeling valued, she's feeling seen, she's feeling safe, she's feeling understood. Ultimately, she's feeling a transfer of trust and respect. You see the difference here? You want to make sure that you leverage this so your people feel seen, heard, valued, and known. When we feel known, we feel understood. When we feel understood, we feel safe. So the other thing you want to do in these conversations is do show up with chat. So do show up in the chat, with energy and presence and posture. You see, once again, it's all about creating that space that's safe. All right. So if you're going in there with unsure energy, if you're going in there with cold energy, not confident energy, see, that's a transfer that you're bringing into it. See, things will get a little bit amplified in these type of conversations. So you want to make sure that you do it with posture and confidence. You don't have to be as high energy as me. Do you, be real to you, be genuine to you, but make sure you're doing it from a space of clarity, confidence, and posture. And also, when I said, you do the introduction and you hand over the three-way conversation and shut up and let your sponsor do the work because you've done it right, you don't want to de-edify them. Another thing you don't want to do is you don't want to disappear. You want to stay present. Don't disappear once you add someone into a conversation, because as soon as you disappear, what happens? Oh shit, why is Jeff not here anymore? Where's Jeff gone? See, you became that bit of a safety net, right? It's not about creating a codependency. It's about just keeping that trust up, keeping that safety up, right? So don't disappear. Stay present. Don't necessarily need to talk much anymore unless you've been brought into the conversation, right? So there's a bit of a balancing act to it. But I just find that I don't talk about, if I introduce Mike into a conversation and Mike sort of only really brings me back into the conversation, then I'm there, I'm present, I'm ready, and I'm able. So wrap up this awesome training here for today. Let's land this kangaroo style. Here's the big takeaways I want you to take away. People buy belief before they buy any product. Your job is not to close. Your job is to connect. See how much pressure this takes off your shoulders? When you just slow it down, you go to heart-to-heart connection with people, and then you bring them in to a three-way conversation like this. You're not closing anymore. You're inviting, you're introducing, you are connecting. And when you edify others, you elevate everyone in the room. Because what happens is the tide rises. Rising tides raise all ships. You're no longer the thermometer reading the temperature in the room. You are the thermostat setting the temperature in the room. You know what else happens in the edification? Is you two rise. Everyone in the room gets elevated. So just because you're introducing someone, you're not de-edifying yourself. This was something that used to trip me up all the time, and why I did not do this. It's like, well, why would I want to go and bring someone into the conversation when I can do it myself? See, that is a de-edification. When you do the connection and you do the introduction, what you're doing is a transfer of trust. It's a transfer of credibility. And what you're saying to the other person is, I deeply, deeply, deeply respect you, that I'm going to make sure that we leverage our time together, because time is the most non-refundable resource that we'll ever have on this universe. And I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste anybody's time for that matter. So let's do this in a fast, simple, safe environment. So what I want you to do to take away from this training today is these are the 3 steps that I want you to do. Go do 3 edified 3-way calls or groups today using the 3 P's formula. Make sure that you're putting your upline to work. That's what they're there for. You know, I actually, anybody that I introduce, one of the things I say when I'm doing the introduction into the company is put me to work. Yes, I'm a busy person. It may look like you might not get my availability, but if you put me into three-way group chats, I will bend over backwards. There would have to be something that's drastically gone wrong in my world that I will not get into a conversation within a 24-hour time period. Doesn't matter where I am. Right now, I'm in Japan, right? This is why I love this business. I can be on a train, I can be talking and texting, I can be sitting down at the park and I can be talking and texting. I can be, doing a training call with my son in the bed, having a bit of a sleep and talking and texting, or doing a team training like this. This is what we call integrated lifestyle. The whole work-life balance, that's a myth. There is no such thing as work-life balance. What there is integrated. When you put the big rocks in first, and then you put the sand and the time around it all, everybody can do what we need to do here. So go do 3 at least this week. 3 edified three-way chats. Don't let your minimums be your maximums though. See, this is the law of averages now. When you let the numbers tell the story, then you go and get action and you go and get interactive and you go get momentum. Hey, I want you to screenshot the chats with people's permission. And I want you to maybe just share them with your upline. Show them that you're taking action. Yeah? And here's the thing. This is the most important thing. You ready for it? I want you to write this down. Lead by example. See, your team will do what they see you do. For us that are parents here, we understand this, right? Kids don't do what you say. They do what you do. Monkey see, monkey do, right? It's exactly the same thing here when you're building a team of professionals in the network marketing industry. Doesn't matter what company you represent. Your team will duplicate what you do. So, do you want a team who duplicates, or you want a team that multiplies? Because if you get a team that duplicates you, they do what you do, right? And then they go do the same thing, that's where you get multiplication. But if you do everything and everything all the time, well, guess what? Your team, regardless, is going to duplicate that, but it's not necessarily going to multiply. See, when I draw a letter A, capital A, one stroke down, another one down, and across here, when my team draws that letter A, I want them to draw the same letter A that I draw. Not do the different versions of the A, right? Because that's not duplication. That's not multiplication. That's not 1 + 1 = infinity, right? That's 1 + 1 = 2. So remember, leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. There are different ways to express leadership. And this is how you find your voice and elevate your voice and leverage your voice to help others to do this together so they can find their voice. All of these team trainings are about creating hero makers who create other hero makers. Essentially, leadership. Edification is a fundamental skill that every leader masters. It's not a sales hack. It's a communication tool. It shows honor. It shows humility. It shows belief in the bigger mission. Here's the thing that used to stumble me over all the time. When I tried to do it all for myself, I was doing it from ego and arrogance. That's not really leadership, is it? I created a bunch of codependents doing it that way. I ended up having to find myself in micromanagement that way. That's not leadership. Leadership is where you're empowering other leaders to create other leaders. Leaders are humble. Leaders have deep honor and respect and strength for the bigger mission. See, when you build bridges of belief, people will walk across them. So let's go build bridges of belief this week and watch your duplication explode. Thanks for your time. I look forward to seeing you on our next Voice Pro training call. I'm actually traveling from Tokyo to Kyoto today on a bullet train. This is my first time on a Shinkansen, and I can't wait to actually go and experience that joy with my 13-year-old son. I'll talk to you soon. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.